So last weekend, in addition to asking you to write something on a Post-it note, Glenn and I asked you to do two things. Does anyone remember what those two things were? Pledge early and pledge generously. So first of all, on the early part, I just would like to report that as of about 5 p.m. this evening, we had received 166 pledges, which is great news. And I think based on that most of the people in this room have pledged already. So, I could ask for a show of hands, but I don't want to embarrass anyone who just couldn't get to it, last week. But I think that for those of you who haven't had an opportunity to pledge yet, I would just ask you, if you had a great time tonight in the company of 300 of your closest friends, if you have a warm glow in your heart, and if at home you have a live internet connection, I would just ask you to consider when you get home this evening, when the glow of this event is still present, to go ahead and spend the 3 or 4 minutes it takes to pledge online. www.rouc.org/pledge. And if you are new to the congregation, maybe you've never pledged before. If this is your first opportunity to pledge, I would just mention that if you pledge at the 2K, 3K sustaining level, $2,000 for an individual, $3,000 for a couple, then Glenn and I have funds available donated by us and by several other members of the congregation and Maureen and Peter Hyatt. We have funds available to match your pledge and make it go twice as far. We have, in this campaign, already matched several pledges, and we would love to have you make us do it again. So I would just put that out there. So that is the pledging early piece. Now, what was the other thing I asked you to do last week?
Generously.
Pledge generously, indeed. And this is a very generous group. And I know that you're all interested to know how the campaign is going. And very, very shortly, I'll share a number with you. But I do want to just make clear that when we talk about the 2K, 3K sustaining level, $2,000 for an individual, $3,000 for a couple, that what we're trying to do is really provide you with information about how much fuel we actually use to turn per person, to turn our passion into action, and to turn our concern into caring. That's really what we do. Many people in this congregation are able to give more than that, and frankly, some people give substantially more than that, and we are very grateful for that. The whole congregation should be. We believe that generosity is a relative concept, that it really is relative to your individual circumstances, and we absolutely acknowledge that. All we really ask is that when you think about River Road and about how it enables us to turn our collective courage into action out in the world, just think about your pledge and make sure that you're comfortable with where it's at. And when you're thinking about your pledge, don't forget about the social justice, the designated pledges for social justice activities. When Glenn and I went through our first stewardship campaign here, we thought it was so great to be able to direct some of our pledge to these very worthy designated targets. And we didn't really understand, why is the operating fund so important? We understand a lot better now why the operating fund is so important. But the other funds are very important as well. So we hope that you consider those, because remember, you can always go back and revise your pledge. Maybe revise it up a little bit. Revise it up. It's a little bit of extra work for the staff, but we think that they're okay with that. So with that, I think you probably would like to know how we're doing with the campaign. And as I said before, we've received 166 pledges up to about 5 o'clock. And on this piece of paper, I have the number which tells where we're at. And that number is, do we have a drum roll? So can anyone provide a drum roll? That number is $506,510. $506,510. And I will say, when we add in the matching that we've already done, that increases that number to $511,910. So this is really about you and your generosity, and we're just very thrilled to be a part of this event. So thank you so much.
Great. Cliff, one more thing that we have to do, and that is the raffle for all of the early pledgers. And in our magical green vessel, which has disappeared, no, just moved slightly, we have all the names of the early pledgers as of an earlier time today. I don't know if it was 4 or noon, but no, I think it was noon. Last year, Joel actually drew, and so this year, I think I'm going to, and Dwight Kramer has already said that if he wins, he's going to forego his prize. Is Carol okay with that? Yeah. Oh, describe the prize. Yes, so we have some great, first of all, it's $150, child care included, a night out on the town, and you can choose from one of the following fabulous locations. First of all, the Tabard Inn, our very own Jeremiah Cohen.
I will just say that I celebrated my birthday at the Tabard Inn just a week ago tonight.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday. Yeah, Joel and Fred Kapatic have the same birthday. The Think Food Group, which includes Haleo, Zaitenia, and Cafe Atlantico. Founding Farmers, the Potomac and downtown locations. The Black Restaurant Group, Black Salt and Black's Barn Kitchen. So if we win, can we go there? Oh, we were going to forego too, yeah. And Guardados, Family Style Salvadoran in Bethesda. So, another drum roll for the $150 raffle. I'm digging deep. Luck of the Irish. I'm German. Mary Smith. Mary Smith. Need not be present to win, Mary. We will make sure that Mary gets this certificate and takes advantage of this special prize. So thank you all for coming tonight, and let's have some entertainment.